Greetings and welcome. My name is Rajiv Makni and the show is Cell Guru, and we have an incredible lineup of some really good phones. I think January now has really kicked off well. We've got the OnePlus 9RT, successor to the affordable flagship from last year. Look, there's minor improvements such as the Snapdragon 888 and camera, but there's a lot happening inside the phone that is really big. Then the Xiaomi 11T Pro versus the OnePlus 9RT. Now, both mid-range flagship phones from both Xiaomi and OnePlus. We'll tell you which one should you buy for under 40,000 rupees, and this competition is incredible. Then we'll move on to a tablet. This mid-range tablet, Android tablets, has really made a mark in 2021, and now Motorola takes that whole story forward with the Moto Tab G70. Mid-range G70, great Android tablet for just 21,990. I think this is better than even the 30s and the 40,000 rupees. Plus, our big story is all about Privacy Day. A lot of things have been happening all around the world with privacy. A lot of governments saying, look, we've got to get rid of encryption. It should be open for all. That's the way to get security. I think we completely and totally differ from that thought process. This is a very important story and one that really affects us all. Our top story today is the OnePlus 9RT. This is the phone a lot of people have been waiting for. The previous version was a big hit. Now, the design very similar to all the 9 series, which is a good thing. Glass back, great metal frame, looks stunning, especially in matte black. Very resistant to fingerprint smudges also. Gorilla Glass 5, 6.62-inch AMOLED display, nice punchy, vibrant colors. Peak brightness is fantastic, 1300 nits, 120 Hz refresh rate, dual speaker setup, and the most excellent Snapdragon 888 with 8 GB of RAM to start you off with. So great touch sampling rate, 600 Hz touch sampling rate, large vapor chamber, so it's great for gaming, good images from the primary sensor. And then in the camera department also, this is a phone that is really hopping with good stuff. 4500 mAh battery and a 65 watt fast charger. Price point around 42,999. So the OnePlus 9RT comes in with a big bang, but does it have all that heat to really take on the competition? Well, let's find out.
Experience is the name of the game. From specifications to imaging, the hardware in phones doesn't really vary too much, but what a brand does with those specs is paramount. Value flagships are particularly hot segment where the difference between a good camera and an okay camera can make all the difference. The OnePlus 9RT is the company's second attempt at a return to value flagship segment. But does the phone improve on the middling OnePlus 9R? Let's find out in the Cell Guru review. The OnePlus 9RT is the definition of playing it safe. Visually, hardly anything has changed. The phone is still a sleek looking bar of glass and aluminium with clean lines and a matte look at the back. That matte look, however, doesn't mean increased grip, and the phone is exceptionally slippery. We'd highly recommend using the included case or picking up another one of your choice. If you think it's boring, maybe, but in a world of glitzy gradient-rich colorways, the OnePlus 9RT comes across as a more subdued and classy option. That said, OnePlus has added its own touch, and under the right light, the back panel gleams like a million stars. The phone sports Gorilla Glass 5 both at the front and back. You will find OnePlus essentials like an alert slider as well as a volume rocker and a USB port along the bottom edge. Compared to last year's OnePlus 9R, the 9RT gets a larger display. The 6.62-inch screen goes plenty bright and looks good. However, movie fans will miss the lack of proper HDR support. It's a big miss at the price point. Similarly, the phone has stereo speakers, but the audio output is imbalanced with the lower speaker being much louder than the one in the earpiece. Overall, the OnePlus 9RT doesn't push the envelope of design and carries forward the same design language we have seen multiple times before. A favorite of performance speakers, it is what inside that cost, and the OnePlus 9RT brings a significant upgrade this time around. The phone is powered by a Snapdragon 888 chipset, the same as the one on the OnePlus 9, and paired up with 8 or 12 GB of RAM, there's enough power here to keep up with anything you throw at it. Apps, games, social media use, the phone never skips a beat. OnePlus has optimized the phone for better battery life, but if you need a bit more grunt, you can toggle the high performance option to unlock the full potential of the phone. Unfortunately, the OnePlus 9RT lags a bit behind the competition when it comes to battery life. While several alternatives ship with 5000 mAh batteries, the OnePlus 9RT sticks to the tried and tested 4500 mAh cell. You also get the same 65-watt charging as on previous devices, and charging the phone takes around 40 minutes. Switching over to the cameras, the OnePlus 9RT continues to be a polarizing device. OnePlus has taken the 50-megapixel sensor from the OnePlus 9's ultra-wide camera and is using it as the main camera on the 9RT. The 16-megapixel ultra-wide camera, however, is the same as the one on the 9R. Meanwhile, both the monochrome and the 5-megapixel macro cameras are gone, and instead you now get a 2-megapixel macro camera. Primary camera on the OnePlus 9RT handles images plenty good. There's a good amount of detail in broad daylight. Additionally, the phone does an excellent job with dynamic range with well-balanced details in darker regions. The HDR performance is fantastic in taming highlights without any clipping. The ultra-wide camera has very noticeable distortion around edges but can capture decent-looking images in good light. The macro camera, on the other hand, is borderline unusable and we recommend giving it a miss. Priced at 42,999 rupees, the OnePlus 9RT is a perplexing device. It gets the basics like performance right, but the design doesn't do anything to make a difference in the category. While the primary camera is good, the rest of the lineup is a side grade at best. Similarly, misses like the lack of HDR, imbalanced speakers make it less of a competitor. The OnePlus 9RT is a decent offering as far as OnePlus phones, but the best option in the ultra-competitive value flagship segment, it definitely is not.
Now let's move on to an epic shootout. This is the kind of shootout I totally love. The Xiaomi 11T Pro, absolutely fantastic phone, versus the OnePlus 9RT, as you saw in our review, absolutely fantastic phone. Of course, we'll review it and we'll do the shootout in every which way, from the fact that both devices have a glass back, good in-hand feel. Both phones look very, very good. OnePlus, I think, a little bit better looking. No headphone jack or expandable storage on both devices. Both have AMOLED displays, both devices 120Hz, 10-bit panel on the Xiaomi with Dolby Vision and Atmos, Snapdragon 888. There's lots that is almost the same on both phones. So which one actually is better? Let's find out.
The season of smartphone launches has begun in India, and we are already seeing companies such as OnePlus and Xiaomi launching their mid-premium flagship smartphones in India. The Xiaomi 11T Pro is the company's bet to take on the OnePlus 9RT, which is a great value for money smartphone. So, does the OnePlus 9RT have an edge over the Xiaomi 11T Pro? Or should you save a few thousand rupees and buy the Xiaomi 11T Pro instead? We answer which one deserves the top spot and is the better pick under 40k in our Cell Guru review. For a 40,000 rupee phone, design and in-hand feel are paramount, and we're glad to report that both the Xiaomi 11T Pro and OnePlus 9RT have a great in-hand feel with their glass back, which aids in a premium feel. We especially like the matte black colorway on the OnePlus 9RT, which visually reminds us of the sandstone black finish of older OnePlus phones. On the other hand, the celestial magic color on the Xiaomi 11T Pro throws different shades of blue, orange and purple when you look at it from different angles, which might be a bit too flashy for some, but it is a striking look, no doubt. In the end, it all comes down to individual preference. Also, the OnePlus is far better at resisting fingerprint smudges than the Xiaomi. Both devices miss out on a 3.5mm headphone jack and expandable storage, which is now becoming something of a norm in the mid-premium segment of smartphones. The display is an area where you would not go wrong with picking any of these smartphones, but there are some minor differences. Both the devices have an AMOLED panel that produces vibrant colors and excellent contrast levels with little to no color shift when viewing the display off-axis. But Xiaomi ups the ante by using a 10-bit AMOLED panel which offers up to 1 billion colors. The device also comes with Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision support that offer an excellent multimedia experience while watching shows on Netflix and Amazon Prime. Also, we had no problem with viewing the smartphones in outdoor conditions, as both of them have bright displays. There is also support for a 120Hz refresh rate for a fluid and smooth scrolling experience. Both Xiaomi and OnePlus are marketing their phones as a performance powerhouse, and they actually live up to it. Powering both smartphones is the top-of-the-line Snapdragon 888 with 8 or 12GB of RAM. As expected, both the phones fly in day-to-day use, whether it's opening multiple apps or heavy multitasking. Scrolling and animations are as smooth as they can be thanks to a 120Hz refresh rate. When it comes to gaming, the OnePlus 9RT has a slight edge as it has a large vapor chamber to dissipate heat during prolonged gaming sessions. It also has a 600Hz touch sampling rate, which ensures smoother gameplay. The recent generation of both OnePlus and Xiaomi phones has improved considerably in the camera department. Both the devices employ a triple camera setup, with the Xiaomi boasting a bigger 108MP primary sensor. The image quality on both smartphones is pleasing, sharp, and with a good color range. Where the OnePlus 9RT falls short is in the dynamic range, which is decent but also has a tendency to crush shadow details slightly. The ultra-wide offers a wider frame, but there is distortion around the edges and the details are not as good comparatively. Where Xiaomi wins hands down is its macro camera, which is one of the best that we've seen so far. The Super Macro mode offers excellent depth while focusing quickly on the subject. The 16MP front-facing camera captures selfies that were soft and did not depict skin tones that well. One of the selling points of the Xiaomi 11T Pro is its fast charging technology. The device comes with 120-watt fast charging support, with the adapter coming in the box. Although both devices have good battery backup and are typically one-day phones, if you game a lot, you will need to plug it in at the end of the day. Priced at 39,999 rupees, the Xiaomi 11T Pro is a better buy compared to the OnePlus 9RT, as there is no one particular aspect about the OnePlus 9RT that really stands out and justifies the additional premium, except maybe the performance. The Xiaomi 11T Pro comes with additional perks like the 10-bit display, 108MP camera setup, a larger 5000 mAh battery, and 120-watt fast charging, all for 3,000 rupees cheaper.
Let's move on to a great Android tablet by Motorola. I have to say that this Android tablet market in 2021 became such a great space. Earlier, you had to either buy Apple or nothing at all. But the new, very well-priced Android tablets really setting the market on fire. And the new one, the Moto Tab G70, premium metal design, dual-tone looks. It's a little big, hefty at about 490 grams, but very comfortable to hold. IP52 rated, expandable storage, no headphone jack though. 11-inch 2K display. Now that's where things really change. At this price point, they're giving you a 2K display. Sharp, crisp screen, Dolby Atmos, quad speakers, great for watching content. MediaTek Helio G90T processor, 4GB of RAM, comes with 4G connectivity, call facility, 13 megapixel rear shooter, 7700 mAh battery, 20-watt charging, and the price is really good, 21,990.
In recent times, affordable slates have made a comeback of sorts, and one company that has made a steady space for itself is Motorola, with the Moto Tab and Tab G20. However, both these devices were entry-level ones aimed at the budget segment. But now, with the Moto Tab G70, the latest tablet to hit the shelves from the brand makes a strong point for itself, considering there are not many Android tabs in the mid-range budget market. So we answer in our Cell Guru review if the Moto Tab G70 is worth picking up if you're in the market for a tablet under 20k. In the affordable tablet segment, the Realme Pad sets the benchmark for tablet design, and now Motorola outdoes it by leaps and bounds. Not only is the Motorola Tab G70 well built, but it also looks way more handsome than any other tablet at this price. The back has a dual-tone finish of matte stainless steel and rubber-like material, which not only enhances the look of the device but also ensures that it is comfortable to hold. Speaking of comfort, the device has quite a heft at 490 grams. However, the even distribution on the large footprint makes it comfortable to hold for a long time. The Moto Tab G70 covers all the basics well by providing an IP52 rating and expandable storage up to 1 TB, but it skimps on the headphone jack, which is disappointing. Sadly, there's also no inbuilt kickstand or a keyboard case that the brand provides, as there is a slot for pogo pins to attach folio keyboard cases though. The main attraction for any tablet is the display, and Motorola did a superb job. At 11 inches, this is one of the largest tablet displays you can find at this price. It uses an IPS LCD panel with a 2K pixel resolution, and it's rated for brightness levels of up to 400 nits. The display looks crisp and sharp, and most of the users will be satisfied with its colors, contrast levels, and brightness. The display is also certified for Netflix and Amazon Prime HD content. However, the refresh rate stays at a standard 60 Hz. Another great aspect is the audio quality. The 4 speakers sound rich, the mids are strong, while there is just enough low-end emphasis to make movies and web shows enjoyable. A sore point for most affordable tablets is performance, but not for this one. Motorola is using the MediaTek Helio G90T and pairs it with 4GB RAM and 64GB of storage. As a mid-range processor, the device can handle moderate to intensive games quite easily, with occasional frame drops in some heavy games. Combined with a large display, the device makes for a pretty fun gaming experience. As expected, the processor has enough grunt to run the rest of the OS, streaming apps, productivity apps, and social media apps with ease. On the software front, the Moto Tab G70 runs a near stock build of Android 11 out of the box, which is free of any ads and bloatware. Unlike most options in this category, the Motorola Tab G70 comes as standard with 4G LTE connectivity, which means you can make calls like a regular phone. The camera is never the main focus of any tablet, and this one is no different. There is a single 13MP shooter at the back. This is just the bare minimum, considering tabs are not built for photography in the first place. However, the camera can still take some decent shots in outdoor and brightly lit conditions, but it's nothing mentionable under artificial light. This tab is best suited for document scanning and casual captures. An 8MP front camera with a dual mic configuration works well during video calls, and the image quality is average. The Moto Tab G70 features a 7700 mAh battery pack, which can typically last users a full day with heavy use and 2 days with regular use. There is a 20-watt included charger with the device that takes hours to fill up. It's better if you leave the tablet on overnight charging. Not many affordable tablets are as pleasant to use as the Motorola Tab G70. In terms of specifications, Motorola has got it all right for its price segment. It has a good display, impressive performance, great speakers, and a pretty design. Priced at 21,990 rupees, the Motorola G70 is a great Android tablet, and those seeking a good entertainment experience should definitely check this out.
Let's take a quick break right now on the show. When we come back, lots more happening on the Cell Guru Show. Let's move on now to a very important story, one that really affects all of us, something that we all should be aware of. World Privacy Day has just gone by, and I think it's a very important day for all of us to understand what is privacy. I think a lot of people trying to explain to us that, in the guise of privacy, a lot of more is going on. Governments all over the world trying to tell you that, look, we should have open standards, everything should be open. But who does that really affect? It actually affects us, the consumers, the users. If you don't have encryption on both sides when you're using, let's say, a messaging platform, who loses? It's you and I that actually lose. So every single organization or the way it's being portrayed to you, you may feel that getting rid of encryption, having open standards, everything should be open and available to all is the way to go. But we firmly and totally believe that is the wrong way of going about things, because at the end of the day, our privacy, our safety, our security truly matters. This is an important story, and a story I really want you to see and then think about. Privacy. It's a very simple word, but with earth-shattering consequences. You and me may not think much about it, we don't give it much thought every single day, but it governs every aspect of our life. Think of all the things that we are all able to do today because we are afforded a backbone of privacy for our data, our images, our conversations, our messages, all our interaction with all other human beings. Now, unfortunately, there seems to be a massive machine of misinformation that seems to suggest that we would all be better off without privacy. Nothing to hide, open for all, safer with no encryption. These are the taglines, many ways that we are being told that we would be in a safer world when there is no privacy afforded to us. And the main hit seems to be on instant messaging and chat platforms, as chat platforms have now become the backbone for personal and business communication. The assurance of a secure environment and the right to privacy are fundamental pillars, but world governments and other organizations seem to disagree. Amidst an increasing push where people want to end end-to-end encryption across chat services, latest reports suggest that the UK government is getting ready to mount a very aggressive anti-encryption PR plan. The action plan is part of a broader strategy to force platform providers to break encryption and offer backdoors into chat platforms so that security agencies can tap into any conversation. In fact, the UK government isn't alone. As part of the Five Eyes Alliance, which includes the USA, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, there's a very coordinated move now to build backdoors into popular chat platforms so that government security agencies can access any and all conversations. Meanwhile, security researchers claim that breaking encryption has no negative effect on the surveillance or anti-terror capabilities of a nation, none at all. The only huge effect it really would have would be on us, the normal everyday users. No encryption or even a backdoor to encryption creates a security loophole in the very tool that has been created for user safety. Having access to sensitive data like your conversations, your messages, banking information, or personal photographs or chats can further be used for banking fraud, identity theft, and a whole lot more. A world without end-to-end encryption would mean all our messages are open, vulnerable, and very easily accessible to bad actors, hackers, and agencies. That's not really the world of privacy that each of us has been given as a fundamental right. That then was the Cell Guru show for this week. We've got a huge amount of things happening. Like I said, Jan, Feb, and then of course the Mobile World Congress around the corner. This is absolutely all hands on deck in terms of mobile phones, in terms of the entire mobile space. So do keep watching Cell Guru. Do join me every single week. We've got great stuff happening for you every single time.